Dhani Lakvi is a successful businesswoman, well known in her industry for her sharp mind and her impeccable work ethic. She has built her company from the ground up, pouring her heart and soul into every aspect of her work. She maintains herself at high standards in terms of how she looks, what she wears, what she eats, and who she hangs out with. The only reason why this beautiful 27-year-old is still single is because she hasn't found someone of her standard. One night after work hours, as she was walking through her office building, she saw a man she had never noticed before. He was cleaning the floors, sweeping and mopping with a quiet efficiency. Dhani watched him for a moment, impressed by his attention to detail and his dedication to his job. Despite being just a cleaner, he was well dressed and took pride and joy in every cleaning job he did. As the days went by, Dhani found herself looking forward to seeing the cleaner, whose name she soon learned was Govind. They would exchange a smile or a nod as they passed each other in the hallway, and Dhani felt a warmth in her chest whenever she saw him. She started getting flashes of her being in a relationship with this guy. One night she dreamt of being in bed with Govind like a married couple. Dhani decided to strike up a conversation with Govind. She asked him how he was doing, and they chatted for a few minutes about the weather and the upcoming weekend. Dhani was struck by how kind and gentle Govind was, and she felt a connection with him that she couldn't explain. Over the next few weeks, Dhani and Govind began talking more and more, of course when no one else was present in the office. They would sit in the break room and share stories about their lives, and Dhani found herself opening up to Govind in a way she never had with anyone else. He listened to her without judgment, and she felt truly seen for the first time in a long time. One day, as they were talking, Dhani took Govind's hand and looked into his eyes. "Govind," she said softly, "I have something to tell you." Dhani's heart was racing as she spoke. She waited for him to be ready for what she was going to say next. "I know we come from different worlds," Dhani said, "but I can't help the way I feel. I love you, Govind." Govind was taken aback by Dhani's confession, but he felt his heart swell with joy. Govind never considered during their countless late-night conversations that she saw him as a potential lover. Dhani went ahead to hold his hand. He was hesitant but then let her have her way. She had never felt this way before. They began dating in secret, stealing kisses in the stairwell and sneaking off to lunch together. Dhani knew that their relationship was unconventional, but she didn't care. She had found someone who loved her for who she was, and that was all that mattered. Govind never exploited this relationship for perks and raises. He was very happy being a janitor as he shared silly stories of employees making a mess in the cafeteria and him having to clean him. Eventually, they decided to go public with their relationship. Actually, Dhani wanted Govind to quit his job, finish his studies and then join her company as a manager or something. So this came to her as a shock that Govind was happy with his job as a mere cleaner. He didn't mind the low pay or long hours. He had no great aspirations for his life like Dhani. He enjoyed every moment of his life whether he was working or not. This quality of his is what appealed to her. When Dhani made the announcement that Dhani is dating Govind, the entire office was shocked. Thus began whispers and gossips. Dating cleaners must be her thing. He must be really good in bed. I can even imagine the headline of the newspaper when this news goes public. Imagine the embarrassment for the shareholders of the company. I bet this is not going to last for long. All these whispers fell on Dhani's and Govind's ears, but they didn't care. During work hours they only spent their lunch time together. Rest of the time they did their job. Govind became popular among other cleaners for landing a rich babe. Dhani and Govind didn't let anyone's opinions get in the way of their love. They continued to support each other, both in their personal lives and in their careers. Dhani even offered Govind a job in her company's management department, where he could earn a higher salary and have more opportunities for advancement, but Govind refused. In Govind's eyes, all jobs are equally important. If you are okay with being in love with a cleaner, then be with me, otherwise let's end whatever this is. Dhani was heartbroken by these harsh words. The financial year was ending and a company audit was coming. So she decided to end the relationship and sweep this affair under the rug. Thankfully, none of the colleagues leaked this information outside as they respected Dhani a lot. After their affair was over, they never spoke to each other again despite working in the same company. From time to time they made eye contact from a distance, hoping the other person would have changed their mind. Sadly, no such thing ever happened. To be continued.